we might as well stay home and watch it on TV.
I'm not really a superstitious person. You know, I'm far outdone by the likes of Stevie Wonder and ancient Romans. But, this feels like a pretty inauspicious start for Donald Trump's inauguration, because overnight, many of Trump's MAGA voter base have been turning on him and freaking out and hitting him with this kind of double whammy in these couple of breaking stories that are kind of confluxing together to create a perfect storm of disaster for Donald Trump as his MAGA voters realize maybe they've been getting scammed this whole time.
Kind of a long con.
Wow, isn't that a wild thought to think? You know, it's kind of like slurping on a boot as if it were an ice cream cone and then being surprised when you have shoe polish in your mouth. So we'll talk about and see some footage of these maggots getting upset over finding out that Trump's inauguration is next to canceled on them after they made all these plans to go up there and see it. And then we'll dive into another interesting story about other MAGA fans realizing, hey, Trump's not doing what we voted for him to do with his latest appointment, whose name he actually completely butchered in his announcement of her. So if you enjoy the video, consider dropping a like and a subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. So in case you haven't heard, it's going to be pretty cold in Washington, D.C. In fact, Trump's inauguration is said to be the coldest in the last 40 years. And here we have a couple of weary MAGA travelers who made the trek all the way up to D.C. to see the inauguration, made all these plans and everything, and unfortunately, they found out that Trump was going to hold it inside, and they weren't too happy about that. Take a listen.
The folks who our team has talked to already in town in Washington are disappointed by this announcement. Take a listen to what we've heard on the streets of D.C. just today.
Well, I don't like it. I mean, we came all the way from Washington from Oklahoma, and you know, now we're not going to get to see it. We might as well stay home and watch it on TV.
It's actually something that we've been looking forward to for historical purposes, and being a part of it, that's once in a lifetime.
Absolutely.
We made all the plans, all the arrangements to come up and be a part of this event, and all of a sudden to hear that it's being moved indoors,
we're prepared for the weather. It's not a problem.
Wow, these guys really missed out. If only they'd been there the last time a bunch of maggots went to Capitol Hill for some jolly good fun.
If Pence came, we're gonna drag through the streets.
They would have even gotten to see the inside of Nancy Pelosi's office. Wait, folks, it gets better, because they were far from the only ones. This self-confessed insurrectionist blew $5K on a hotel room to see his knight in shining orange armor. He said, yeah, I'm pissed. I'm out about $5,000 for this. I was there for J6. It was a heartbreaking day. Not for the reasons you'd think, though. That's why I paid so much to come back for our redemption. But alas, the weather was too cold, and Donald Trump was afraid his Arnold Palmer would shrivel up and make his hands look small. Or perhaps he actually just wanted to hide the infamous crowd size that he knows is not going to be as large as he would like it to be. And despite his voters' less than enthusiastic response, he tried to soften the blow on Truth Social by talking about the weather forecast, the Arctic blast sweeping the country, thanking the first responders, and then saying this will be a very beautiful experience for all, and especially for the large TV audience. So clearly, just like last time, we're moving the goalpost, everybody. But the maggots weren't done fuming at their diaper Von dictator just yet. And here's where things get real good, folks, because an announcement by Donald Trump of a new appointee to his administration precipitated a wave of unhappiness from his supporters late Friday night, with one MAGA fan accusing him of letting them down. When has Donald Trump ever done that? And this already started off on a bad foot, because he humiliated himself by fumbling his congratulations for his education pick in this announcement. He meant to announce Tennessee Commissioner of Education Penny Schwinn, but Trump repeatedly said that he wants Peggy Schwinn to serve as the Deputy Secretary of Education in his new administration.
I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
Frontotemporal dementia, a degenerative disease of the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain that dramatically impairs cognitive function. Struggling to find the correct words is another sign.
The Mueller report, I wish, covered the oranges
the oranges of the investigation.
Nothing like a little late night dementia right before you're inaugurated, right? We can see here, he said, a former teacher herself, Peggy became the founding principal of a charter school because she believes in the power of school choice. She's committed to delivering the American dream to the next generation and returning education back to the States. He then adds, congratulations to Peggy and her wonderful family. But the mix-up of the name is not why the maggots were mad, right? He's appointing someone to the Department of Education, the exact same branch that he said he was going to get rid of, and maggots did not forget. And boy, they were very quick to jump down his throat. With this maggot, Ken G, saying, why are we staffing this department up? You need to dismantle the education department. Another Kirk Womack adding, I thought we were going to get rid of the federal bloated Department of Education, ? What's happening with that, Donnie? What's happening? John Crawford rightly pointing out, you promised to shut down the Department of Education. Don't you dare start reneging. Man, wait till this guy hears about what's going to happen to his Social Security. This one, a personal favorite of mine. What the shut down the entire department, says Sammy with a picture of Putin against a explosion as his background. And probably one of the better arguments for the dismantling of the education department, as this comment is incredibly stupid and obviously the education department has done nothing for this country. The dismembership is of the educational department essential in cutting the budget. If you don't do that, press thump, I will fight you tooth and nail. What the? I am so sorry. I almost had a brain aneurysm reading that, and I feel like I may have given someone in the audience one. So I genuinely apologize. And finally, to President Trump, this nobody will give you the benefit of the doubt, but if these people aren't being staffed to end this department, I will be beyond pissed and disappointed beyond words. And slightly tangential here, but this maggot responded to one of Donald Trump's posts saying, I voted for you, and because I'm disabled, you're now going to screw me. This crap that your team is suggesting to mess with my SNAP benefits and SSI is pathetic. I was born and raised in the United States of America, and your big idea is to screw me over. I prayed for you. Well, fat lot of good that did ya, and thoughts and prayers to you as well. Honestly, incredible, folks. I didn't realize the maggots had it in them to defy their dear leader, especially in such strong terms. So we'll have to see where this story goes from here, and if they try to hang J.D. Vance on Inauguration Day to air out their grievances with Donald Trump. But yeah, like I said at the beginning, this is not a good look or a good start for someone who's taking over the country to have his own biggest base of support turning on him so drastically and so radically. Just feels like a bad omen. And if you agree, consider dropping a like on the video, help us get to 400,000 subscribers, and support Really American in bringing you independent coverage, unlike the corporate media that will be at Trump's inauguration, licking on his gonads and probably getting little blonde pube hairs all in there. We don't want to think about it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. For Really American, I'm Kenny Hesse. I'll see you all in the next one.